with
that.
Yeah, I couldn't get
There's
in.
Nancy. Hi, Nancy. There's the link up there. We'll get you on in a minute. We get a few people in here, and then we'll start talking a little and tell what we're doing, and then we'll bring you up. So go ahead and copy that link or click that link, and there you are. All right, you're showing up down there, so we'll get you up in just a minute. Let's get a few people in here, and me and Cathy will set us up.
She should be teaching me how to do this. Oops. Why is that not working right? I don't get it.
Is it a commercial?
Yeah.
Commercial coming up first.
But I don't understand why it's not quiet.
All right. We're going to just kind of hang out a minute and talk and get a few people in here before I'm trying to get us both in. There we go, over that way. All right, there we go. All right, let's see. Now, yeah, I should have brought you over here and showed you. Anyway, StreamYard. This automatically shows up. That automatically shows up your channel name.
Does it cost money?
There is a free one, but with the free one, you've got a logo up here. That logo will show up here, and there's a couple of things you can't do. I'm paying for it just because there was a couple of things you couldn't do, but I'm probably gonna not pay for it anymore. I can't remember what you couldn't do, though. I need to look that up, because the only reason I paid for it was because there was a couple things you couldn't do. And now I'm like, I don't remember what you couldn't do. Maybe I should not pay for it. But there is a free version. And the logo will show up there. And there was a few things that you couldn't do.
So what all is this stuff?
Just how you want the other person to show up. You can have more. That one shows more people. I'm not sure about some of those. I haven't tried some of those, but that one. So anyway.
Hello, Southern Roots.
So, yep. What else? Cathy is visiting from Florida. This is Cathy at Living Miracle Homestead. She came up to deer hunt, her and David. And so they're here deer hunting and visiting. And so she's going to be here with me today and tomorrow. I don't know how long. However long she wants to be here. Today and tomorrow for sure. And we've got Nancy from Our Treasured Home, Holden right down here, right down there is Nancy. They can't see you yet. We'll bring her up in just a minute. Hey, Rhonda, Mid-South Homestead. Usually on my Thursday lunch, I talk about healthy eating, and we'll probably do some of that, healthy eating and health issues and things like that. And it usually leads off into some other conversation, but that's all right. Hey, Shelley. There's Shelley. So let's see. As soon as we get off here, we're going to end at 1 o'clock and get off here. And me and Cathy's going to go visit my mom in the nursing home. So that'll be fun.
I'm looking forward to that.
She will. She'll love that. And hey, Julie. And
Hi, Julie.
Like I said, we're going to bring Nancy from Our Treasured Home up here in just a second and see what she wants to talk about. We usually talk about healthy eating. We've kind of gotten into some health issues the last couple of times, and that was good conversation and good information. So I've really enjoyed that. I'm eating leftover chicken spaghetti. It's not healthy, but it's delicious. Well, what we just had wasn't healthy either, and we scarfed it down because we got hungry, and we heated up leftover fish, hush puppies, and French fries. So that was definitely not healthy, but we were hungry, and that's what we had last night from the local restaurant. They do really good fish, and we ordered from there last night and had that, and there was some left over, so that's what we just had. There's Dawn. Hey, Dawn. All the Things Acres and Adam's Eden Farm. And all right. Oh, Shelly said you look so pretty.
Who?
You, Cathy, you look so pretty today.
I don't even have lipstick on today.
So yeah, as soon as we get off here, we're going to run out and see my mom, and then we're going to run to Paducah and try to find Cathy some discount fabric to make some of her koozies and things she makes. We're going to look for some fabric and stuff. Hey, Brother Donnie, Country Homestead Preacher. I'm still on my liquid coffee food this morning. Yep, that's what I do in the morning. Yep.
I want to get some new prints for my koozies.
All
You know,
right.
I'm hijacking her and making her go and shopping with me.
Yes, you got to drag me out to go shopping. No, I don't really. That's really truth. I don't like shopping much. I really don't.
Neither do I.
Yeah, but you go after a certain thing. I usually go after a certain thing and end up buying too much, spending too much. So
I got the itchies.
Okay, so we're going to add Nancy up here. This is Nancy from Our Treasured Home. She's been on with us before, talk about healthy eating and stuff. So here we go. Let's bring her up. There we go.
Hello.
Now,
Probably.
All right, let's see. We may have to close in there a little bit. Cathy, are you going to join Teresa and Lee on the live tomorrow night? Yeah, we might can do all four of us. David is here too.
Now fix that because you're cut off.
I'm not worried about me.
Well, I
I don't know how to fix it, actually. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to work. There we go. All right. So can you see the screen, the chat?
I can't see the chat.
You can't see the chat.
see. I couldn't see it either whenever I did it with her last time.
Yeah, so there it goes. Instead of having it on private chat, put it on comments.
Oh, okay.
And then you'll be able to see the comments.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what private chat does. I've never seen private chat there. Anyway, I got it on comments. Okay, so everybody's saying hi to Nancy.
Hello, everybody. I can't. It won't let me type in this time. So
you look pretty today.
Oh, thank you. When you start feeling good, you start kind of like,
Yep.
dialing yourself up.
Yep, that's right. I'm glad you're feeling better. Yep. That's awesome.
Oh goodness, it's been a long time. I can tell you that. But yeah, right after we did the show the last time, I had made some French onion soup, and my son and them were making vegetable beef soup right beside each pot on the stove, and his was bubbling over, and for some reason, I guess it was so hot that when it splattered some into my soup, and we didn't know. And within that night, my hands, I was like, oh no, here we go again. I knew exactly what happened.
Somehow you got some meat in with yours somehow.
Yeah.
Keep the lids on.
Yeah. So from now on, we put lids on.
Yeah.
But that's how sensitive this thing is. And I'm just like, man, it took a week. I'm glad it took a week this time. Because normally when I had a reaction, it would take 3 weeks because it's the reaction starts, then the bumps, and then it's like it scabs underneath the skin, and then that dries up, and then your hands crack, and then I'm just like, that takes like a 3-week process. I'm like, I'm not going through this 3 weeks again.
For anybody in here that may be in here that don't know, tell what you have.
It's called Alpha Gal, ALPHA-GAL. It's from a tick bite, and you can't have red meat. It's a sugar, some kind of sugar molecule that the tick has that they get from deer, and some people have a reaction to it, some people don't. I unfortunately have a reaction to it. So, and it's not like a normal food allergy reaction. It can take up from 6 hours to 72 hours to have any kind of reaction. And I was reading again the other day because my son wanted me to read it to him. And it's like the doctor says, you can have a steak dinner and 6 hours later, you're coughing or you're itching and something's going on. You don't know what it is, and they're not putting two and two together. And I was just like, I'm glad we have Benadryl on hand because of Anastasia having that dairy allergy. There's so many times I had to take a Benadryl after eating something, and I was just like, what the world is going on? Because I couldn't breathe. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is not right. So I was just like, I'm just glad we finally figured it out.
Yeah. Right. So I don't remember, but I think you told me.
It's like my phone.
I think you told me after you were on live with me before, and then maybe a day or two later, you told me there was more you could have said, but you didn't get to. So
yes, we were talking about what to eat. What I figured out for myself to eat. I made a list.
You go, girl. I didn't think about that. I forgot all about it.
We have 45 minutes, Nancy. That list looks kind of long.
My mom used to say, she's getting old. I said, no, it's all the information age. When the computers came out and everything, because there was always, something grabbing your attention this way, that way. You see something, you click on it, it's going this way and that way. It's like, yeah, too much information. But yeah, you have to be cautious, especially when you go out to eat, because, they don't clean the grill after they cook hamburgers and everything. They just put everything together and go. So you really have to watch it. Well, I found out, like I said, I could eat cabbage. And then you can do all kinds of things with cabbage and make sauerkraut. And I love sauerkraut. And any kind of cabbage. Your Napa cabbage, your red, your green. Olives, beets, radishes, onions, broccoli and Brussels sprouts, kale, your collard greens, your kale and mustard greens, leeks, peas, corn, butter beans. I call them butter beans, baby lima beans. And Cathy knows in the South we all call it butter beans.
Yeah.
That's what they are. Green beans, chickpeas, black beans, red beans, pinto beans, all kinds of beans, jicama. Now, pasta I can have once a week. I don't know what it is with the pasta, but if I have it once a week, I'm good. That's the same thing with sweet potatoes or potato. If I have, we had potatoes last night, now I won't have nothing else as far as starches like that again, because my hands, for some reason, wants to start again.
Yeah.
And then Lisa at Yogi Hollow Farm asked me, was that because of the starches? And I'm just like, that's a good question, because I don't know. I just I know if I eat it once a week, I'm good.
Okay, so the stuff that you were giving first, that's things that you can eat?
These are things I can eat.
Okay.
So it's been, like I said, it's a trial and error process, because you eat this and then you wait. Another clue that definitely for me is if I eat something I'm not supposed to have, or if it's cross-contaminated, I'll get this cough. And I've had the cough for years, and the doctor always told me it was allergies. Because it would come and go during the seasons. But the last 4 years, the cough stayed, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous. I'm tired of coughing. But that's one of the symptoms or the reactions to it, because your body is like, something's in your body, I'm going to cough it out until you don't have it no more. So I was just like, okay, so I know when I'm coughing, something's going on. So I started drinking more water, more tea. And that was one thing I found out. Keep yourself hydrated.
Hey, Grandma Karen. Sorry.
As much as possible. The carrots, that depends. If they're uncooked, forget it. I can eat cooked carrots. I can eat steamed carrots. I can have grilled carrots. But uncooked carrots, raw carrots, forget it.
What about beets?
I love beets. Yes, I can have beets. And that's weird because beets and radishes are grown the same way as carrots, but
And yeah.
that the carrots have some kind of something going on.
A very an odd disease.
It's very odd. Now here's something odd: potato chips. Now I can eat a ton of potato chips, and I'm fine. Potato chips, corn chips, tortilla chips. I can have avocados, apples, grapefruit, lemons, oranges, butternut squash, cantaloupe, watermelon, okra, sunflower seeds, tomatoes, salsa, raisins, grapes, strawberries, all your berries I can have, mushrooms. I use honey or stevia, and then I can't have anything decaffeinated.
Huh.
And that's a bummer
That's weird.
because I have all these decaf teas from Celestial Seasonings. I'm like,
It must be something that they use to decaffeinate it.
the thing with the decaf, it puts me to sleep.
So Julie says, I'm surprised you can have beans but not meat. So maybe not a protein thing.
It has to do with something that's in that the tick does when you have that bite from the tick, and it makes you have a reaction. It's red meat, pork, like your deer meat, your venison. If people eat buffalo and bear, any of that, forget it.
Stop.
Go.
I can't have it. It's like, oh my gosh, because I love deer meat. That's one of my favorite things. And it's like, can't have that. No steak, no hamburgers. So everything's like turkey, chicken, and fish. No, I don't like fish. So I'm going to have to get used to eating fish.
Maybe you haven't had the right fish.
Hey, that's what a lot of people say. I haven't had the right one yet. So, and then this is I don't know how to say it. The lotion I found, and that's expensive.
Is it CeraVe? CeraVe or some? I think it's CeraVe.
That stuff's expensive, but it was the only thing that worked. And I would put that on, and I bought some white cotton gloves at nighttime so I could wear those, load my hands up with lotion, put the gloves on, and just keep my hands like this as I went to sleep as much as possible. But now, since everything is healed up and getting there, I could switch to Lubriderm, which does the same thing and a whole lot less money.
Well, Nancy, they tried, that's the reason why I was on prednisone for 6 years, because my hands were raw. I mean, I couldn't do hair. I was allergic to latex. And they tried all those things, and I literally would wake up in the middle of the night. I don't know how you dealt with that being on your hands. I would wake up in the middle of the night clawing myself, and I'd ripped all that stuff off me.
Oh, I know, the itching. I'm just like, I would take the edge of a book. I'm doing this, the edge of the table, anything. Because if you do it with your fingernails, or it's like you're pulling your skin off. And
I'd run my hands under hot water, the hottest I could, to just get that enzyme. There's an enzyme when you're heating up water and stuff like that, that it is like anti-itch. Like if you get bit by a bunch of mosquitoes, you can go under hot water and it will take the itch away. But it would just make it even worse, because then the skin dries out and makes it worse.
Exactly.
Backbeat Rhythm wants to know if you can have tuna. And let me say something to Backbeat Rhythm, please. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for joining. And send me your email address. No. Email me your address and I will send you newsletters each month and gifts. And thank you for joining. And also, I crochet dishcloths too. Oh, no, no. You have tuna.
Yes, I can have tuna. So it's been a long time since I've had tuna, but yes, I can have tuna. Yes, I take a fish oil pill for omega-3s because, like I was saying the last time, I went through the change of life. By the time I was 32, I was over and done with. So my body hasn't had a lot of the hormones and everything like, we're supposed to have. And this, and then having this thing, I was like, well, what am I lacking? Because I already know from the doctor my vitamin D and B and some other things. And it was like, kind of clicked. Well, if you can't have red meat like you're supposed to, how are you going to get the collagen for your skin and everything? So I ended up taking
So you take collagen. So you take collagen and fish oil.
Yes.
And to help with all that. To help.
Yes, definitely. And I used to take flaxseed oil gel capsules, but those things are like horse pills. So I was like, it's just easier to take flax seeds and sprinkle in your salad and eat it that way. I was just like, so yes.
Awesome. That's awesome, Backbeat Rhythm. Backbeat Rhythm crochets for the Ronald McDonald House.
That is awesome.
Super sweet.
Yeah. Awesome.
Now the flaxseed, do you feel like I tried using some of the flaxseed and stuff like that for a while in my food, and the gel, I really had a hard time getting used to the jelly type
taste
or
texture.
texture that it did. Did you have that with yours or not?
I use just the flax seeds itself that you can sprinkle into your salad or whatever you want to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I use.
Yeah. I was putting those in my green smoothies. I was making green smoothies for a lot and putting in my different supplements in there to get more out of my green smoothie. So I was using like spinach and usually blueberries or strawberries, and then putting supplements in there, and I used some flaxseed, but they went bad really fast. I had a hard time with the flaxseed going bad fast before I could get them made up, get them used up.
Oh yes, well, I found out if you stick them in the fridge, they last a little bit longer.
I should have done that. I didn't.
So that's where I
didn't know they go bad.
Yes, they go rancid and stink like.
I haven't used mine in a while. I put them in a jar. I'm gonna have to check that when I get home. Remind me. I don't want it. I don't want that bad. That'd be gross.
Pins over acres.
Yeah, we were talking about losing weight because when I lost weight after my son, who's upstairs, when he was born, I did a low carb, high protein diet. I worked at GNC, and the guy that worked with me was a weight trainer. And I mean, I lost it. That was good. I was 213 after he was born. I went down to 160.
Cool.
And I walked 30 minutes in the morning before I ate breakfast or anything. And then no carbs for breakfast, no carbs for lunch. And then you had your dinner. And I did really well on that. And I was like, well, I'm going to try that again and everything. And the more I tried that, the worse my hands got. So this morning I was like, well, we have this apple chicken sausage that they get that I can have. They got me turkey sausage and turkey hamburger. I was like, oh, I can go back and do my low carb, high protein diet now. Just use different stuff. But I love making salads. Like I said, on my Instagram, it's like loads and loads of stuff that I've.
True, Shelley.
Let's see here.
We're not froze up. She's just looking.
I'm just looking for.
She's just looking for something. We'll stick that up there. Let's see. Oh, I think she is froze up now. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think she did freeze up now. Love salads. I love salads. And Cathy, y'all, Cathy is fixing to do a series on salads. She's fixing to show all kinds of salads that she does on her channel, Living Miracle Homestead. She's going to show all kinds of salads that she likes to do. And she just done a few here a while back, one or two here not long ago.
Oh, there we go.
Check that out.
Now that's what we had one night for dinner. It's fried chicken, mac and cheese, and butter beans. That's what I had. And that was really good. Now, like I said, when you go out to eat, I have to be really, really careful.
Thank you, Shelley.
Because even with, we take sheets. They wear gloves, but if they touch a hamburger and then they're doing the chicken sandwich, it's still crossing over. I made butternut squash soup.
That looks good.
What was it?
Butternut squash.
Butter. Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then, let's see here.
I think people need to widen their horizon when it comes to food.
Yes.
Things.
This was cabbage. I got it written down. Cabbage, collard greens, and onions.
That sounds good.
And that's all I did. It was cabbage and collard greens. I did onions, some peppers, and just seasoned it up. And that was it. That's,
Yeah, that
and you can even dress it to different flavors. That's what I was saying about the salads. You can add vinegar to that. Totally changes the way it tastes, and it's all the same stuff that you have. You don't have to eat it the same way every day.
Exactly. That's like radishes. Sometimes I'll eat them raw, but sometimes, I just put them in a skillet with some olive oil. I add it to all, different things, and then sometimes I make a hot salad. Sometimes it's a cold salad.
Those radishes are really good too if you hash them out. Hash them really good and make hash browns. They're really good.
Oh my goodness, that sounds delicious.
I've never tried that.
Me neither.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I get a lot of radishes in those dollar bags, and I grow radishes now. And I never tried them before until Rose at Wholesome Roots was telling me that I needed to roast them. A lot of people don't think about roasting these vegetables, and you can put roasted vegetables in your salads too.
Oh yeah, definitely. No. Anastasia loves Brussels sprouts, so they fry them up or we roast them, but she don't like the dark crunchy stuff. So last Friday or Saturday, asked her she wanted some Brussels sprouts. She goes, yeah, but I don't like them the way you fried up like that because I don't like the dark crunchy stuff. So let me fix it a different way. I steamed them, and she ate every single one of them.
Yep.
She goes, please fix that like that for me from now on.
Now, I grew up on people boiling Brussels sprouts, and I love them that way too. Don't get me wrong, but they're totally different when you steam them to when you boil them, and it's the same process pretty much, except for it's steam hit and they're just not sogged out.
Yeah,
I think people don't like.
I usually do them in the oven. I put them on a sheet pan and cut them in half.
Yep,
and put olive oil and salt and pepper and maybe garlic or something, and bake them in the oven.
Yes, definitely. Oh, I was one of the ones that asked you about the evening primrose, and because I grew it last year, and it just went wild, or not wild, but it was really big and everything. And I did find a video on how to dry the flowers out. So I dried the flowers. I put them in some olive oil for about a month or so, and then strained it. And I was just like, oh, it was really nice. I made a lotion out of it.
Yeah,
And I've been using
good.
that.
That's good. That's good. I had done some in oil, but I didn't dry them first, and I should have dried them first. I done some in oil, but I couldn't take it. I tried to take it, and I couldn't take it like that. I had to have it in a pill. So I ended up going and buying more. I had bought it before, but then whenever I found it on our property, I tried to make it. But that's what I didn't do. I didn't
Right.
dry it first and then put it in the oil. But I also done a tincture. So I used, green material in the tincture, and that would be okay, but I can't stand taking it. I don't like taking it. So I just went and bought more capsules, But I would like to get it to where I can do my own, since we have it growing here
Oh, yes.
wild,
Yeah, I'm still trying to learn how to do those tinctures and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, if it gets complicated, I gotta sit to the side, clear my head for a few minutes, and then.
Well, I called her. I did elderberry tincture with elderberry blooms and vodka, and I was freaking out because it turned gray. And she's like, "Oh, that's natural. That's normal." I'm like, I probably would have thrown it away if I didn't have somebody to call. So it's really cool that we've got a community where we can share
Exactly.
what our thoughts are.
Definitely.
I made cauliflower crust pizza. Wait a minute. I made cauliflower crust pizza there. Like, this is the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
I also taught them to use mayo instead of butter on grilled cheese.
I've heard cauliflower pizza is awesome. So we make our own pizza dough, and then finally, I think how the best way to say this, since 2020 with the sickness came out, there was a lot of companies that figured out that people couldn't have dairy and soy and different stuff like that. So Pillsbury now makes a dairy-free pizza dough, and their crescent rolls now are dairy-free.
That's interesting.
And there's a few more things. Now, Toll House, probably all the same people, but they came out with a dairy-free chocolate chip cookie dough. But it's not like making our own.
Yeah.
Yeah, my hand was itching. I was just like, you're not starting that. It's just dry.
Yeah. What else? We talked about last time tell about this real quick, your background in
my business. Yeah. Yes. I opened up a company. It's called C&H Defense and Tactics. I teach situation awareness classes. Your basic, it's just like it is. Basic. I'm teaching you how to use your senses and everything to be around your surroundings and what's going on and everything. The advanced class is, we put that into play. I'll have mock scenarios, or if we go outside, I can, show you what to do and everything. Was an EMT for 8 years. But as far as medical training goes, I have an older sister that has cerebral palsy. And she was always epileptic and had seizures up till she was like 20-some years old. But we had to know how to handle all that. And then my grandfather had a stroke when I was 7, and we take care of him. So medical was always in my background. I didn't go into the medical field till later on. So EMT for 8 years. I did armed and unarmed security for 12 years. I forgot this part. I owned my own security company when I was in Missouri. I went back to school, and I have my CSI certification and my associate's degree in criminal justice. And then I was a private investigator for 20 years.
That's cool.
So
So let's see. With 4 brothers, I know all about situational awareness. Okay, backbeat has to go. Backbeat rhythm, please don't forget to email me your address, okay? And thank you. All right. Now go ahead. I'm looking for y'all's links. So y'all go ahead and talk. I'm gonna try to find y'all's links to put up.
And I can travel. So, Teresa, if you want to email me later, we can figure something because here's a really quick testimony. When I was planning all this out during the summer and everything, and I was like, all right, Lord, how am I going to do this? The kids work Monday through Friday, and I want to do classes during that time, or on the weekends, but they still have things to do on the weekends. I was like, they've been looking for a weekend shift job for over a year now. And I was like, okay, Lord, this is up to you. I know this is where you want me to go. This is what you want me to start doing. You got to figure out the rest. They left Honeywell because they closed that warehouse down. The other warehouse they went to they sold a dream, and the dream wasn't what they were in. It just made them sick. So they left that one, and then within 3 weeks, they got the weekend job at Ace Hardware. They worked Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'm like, okay. The Lord goes, here's your answer. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, do your classes. So I have it set up on Mondays and Wednesdays. I'll teach basic awareness, and I set it up 3 times from 10 to 12, 2 to 4, and 7 to 9, because not everybody can come during the day. Not everybody can come at night. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll teach the advanced classes, and those are the same times, 10 to 12, 2 to 4, and 7 to 9. Because I was like, that was always hard for me, because being a single parent, I worked those 2-3 jobs at a time. And I was like, and try to get to EMT class and work it around and this, that, and the other. And I was like, I want to be different than everybody else. I want to offer where if you want to come in the morning, in the afternoon, or the evening. And the Lord just goes, write it down. Write what you want to do. Let's plan it out. I'll work out the rest. And I was like, there you go.
Yeah, that's awesome. Y'all, if you're not, I don't know how many, we've got 10 watching. If you are not subscribed to either Cathy at Living Miracle Homestead or Nancy at Our Treasured Home, I just put the links up. So be sure you go check them out and subscribe to them and check out their channel. So there you go. Check them out. That's great that you could make it easy for people. Yeah. Great that you could make it easy for people to take classes. Now, do you still do any of that? Do you do any of the on nothing?
No.
You're just trying
physically, I am unable to do any of it. The last time I was doing PI work was back in 2006, 2007, and it was just so hard to sit in the vehicle, in a car or a van or whatever, because I really didn't realize back then I had the genital disc disease and the sacrum in your butt area, and I would go to get out of the car and I couldn't walk or anything, and I was just like, ugh.
Now, I've had sciatic nerve on both sides. I've got sciatic nerve problems on both sides. It's been hurting me for the last couple of years, and it's hard to sleep because I toss and turn from side to side. But right now, I'm having a whole nother problem, is that this one hip is hurting really bad, like super really bad. But it's hurting. It's not like it's the sciatic nerve, I don't think, anymore. It's hurting way down deep inside like it's my joint.
That might be arthritis trying to visit.
Well, they've told me here a while back that I have rheumatoid arthritis, and my knee was hurting all the time. And she gave me a medicine for arthritis that has helped my knee. My knee hadn't been hurting as bad. But when this hip started hurting, Nothing touches that mess. Nothing touches.
Oh,
It hurts.
yeah.
It hurts so bad. I just want to cry sometimes. And sitting or laying on it is worse. Sitting very long. I can't sit an hour is about max. After about an hour of sitting, I'm hurting so bad I can't stand it. So yes, that's what I want to do. I need to go to chiropractor. I hate going to the chiropractor. I haven't been in a long time because I got hurt one time,
Mm-hmm.
chiropractor, and I wouldn't go back. But I think I'm gonna have to. There, and my boss keeps hollering, "You're gonna have to get a hip replacement." Well, he said that when my knee was hurting too. He said I need a knee replacement because my knee was hurting so bad. But the doctor gave me some arthritis medicine, and it helped my knee. But now it's not helping my hip. My hip has been killing me.
Oh, I know.
Mm.
And it's like, they go, the weather don't affect you. I'm like, the weather affects everything on everybody. I don't
Yeah,
care who you are.
yeah, I agree. And I wished I could find an amazing chiropractor, but I won't go back to that one. I'll find somebody else. I won't go back to the one that hurt me. I would imagine that teaching the older people about situational awareness would be very helpful
Yes.
for them.
Oh my goodness, yes. Because I looked, and I'm in Columbus, Ohio, and there is nobody teaching anything. Now, there are people who, like, self-defense. I give them credit and everything. So take your hands and go out, and you go around. And we were taught this a long time ago. That's your personal space. Now, they will teach you how to defend yourself when somebody gets up in your face and everything else. But nobody's going to teach you what I've learned, how to avoid all that. And I was like, my classes are open from kids, young people, young adults, the elderly, the disabled, you name it, you can come to my class. Because nobody teaches that. And like, because that's what I look for myself.
Yeah.
I still have a lot of physical limitations. If someone wants to get up into my face, I can't back away fast enough because of the way my hip and all is.
Yeah.
So I learned to look to see what people are doing so I can avoid it. But I do know how to take care of myself if I have to.
Hi, Sabrina.
Let me get it real quick. Oh my gosh, see?
I know the struggles of food because in the military, they only served you. So I based food, soy based. You
Yes.
can't have soy. They said they couldn't have soy.
Yeah.
They only served you soy based food. So why can't you? Or is it just soy based backbeat rhythm? Can't have soy?
A lot of people are allergic to soy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Just
Especially
allergic to
people
soy.
with IBS.
Oh.
IBS is soy is a major contribution to IBS.
Oh, okay. My mom has that, and I wonder if I don't know that she knows any different than not to eat soy. But she has that. But she's diabetic too and eats anything she wants. So,
Oh yeah, definitely.
whatever. She's just don't care.
Because Anastasia's the one that got me walking back in June. Because so we started with the little sidewalk right here in front, and then we've worked more and everything else. Well, I guess it's been about a month now. I went to pick up my cane, and it went whoop, just like this. I was like, oh man, darn, I'm gonna need a new cane. I was like, no, I don't. So on my Instagram post for the business, I took this apart. We have a rock out here, and I laid it down. And I said, broke or not? So when I go walking, sometimes I'm by myself, and I don't go at nighttime. Now, even right here in front of the townhouse and everything, things happen anywhere. I don't care where you are anymore. And my son goes, you be careful. I said, I don't think anybody's going to bother me. And I took it apart, and my daughter-in-law goes, "Mom," I'm like, "What?" I said, "This part's gonna hurt. This thing is pokey." I said, "They going to know what hit them." This is one of those. It's the adjustable canes. You can take apart, and it bends down and everything else.
Yep.
So I was out there one day, and I was practicing. I used to twirl a baton when I was in middle school. So so keep doing this and everything else, and I got people now that just, as they go by, they honk the horn because, like, get to know your neighbors, just like we used to do back in the olden days. So if I'm not sitting out there, they'll honk the horn as they go by to let know, "Hey, I'm going by, just checking on you, see how you doing," and everything. So, like, a whole bunch of us, we've been outside talking just to get to know who's who and what's going on around everything, because you just never know. Everybody's home now, mostly, so you get to know who's home. If something happens, you can want to knock on that door, because, like, on the weekends, it's just me and Anastasia, and if we're out there walking, she knows run to whoever's door and knock on the door, bang until somebody answers or something happens.
Yep. Julie at Heaven's Essential, it says, people have become allergic to most of the foods that have been genetically modified. It isn't meant for our bodies. I am convinced that's why so many people are getting forgetful. We're all getting forgetful. And you can talk to young people that are forgetful. And I have become convinced that food is the problem with us getting forgetful and stuff.
Exactly. Because
crap they're putting in our food.
I think that's why we should do more heirloom.
Yep.
And try to keep our own seeds. Because one day that heirloom that's in the place may not be an heirloom. It might be genetically modified too.
Exactly. Well, when my nephew, in the late 80s, early 90s, my nephew, he was born with a soy allergy and everything. And we used to joke around and say it was in the water, because then, at that time, I was like, everybody was getting pregnant at the same time. And I was like, well, we joke and say they put something in the water.
Yeah.
But in reality, that's exactly what they were doing. I didn't say that out loud, did I?
Yeah. Yep, right. That's right. Sabrina said she needs to get walking. Start walking. She's got to get some strength back and get to walking. Me too, girl. Me too.
Oh, yes. I think I did it on the channel.
Hey, Linda.
But it was during the summertime, and I was checking the plants and everything out there, and I went to go step down off the sidewalk out back. And it's just a little divot from the sidewalk to the ground, but that much space. And I stepped down with my left leg, and my hip gave out, and I just rolled down the hill. I'm just like, oh, Lord. So when I get up to walk, I have to, like, after that happens and everything, so you're just like, okay, are you steady now? Are you going to give out, or what's happening? But when they look, and we have a camera, I said, go back and look at it. And my son goes, don't get upset if we laugh. I said, it was funny anyway.
Country Homestead Preacher, that's Brother Donnie. And if y'all don't know about Brother Donnie at Country Homestead Preacher, please go over there and check him out. He is great. He does these 10-minute little, 10 minutes in the Word, I think it's called. And he also shows his preaching at his church sometimes. And if you're not there, you need to get there. Food is the problem with a lot of health issues, more chemicals and less nutrients than what used to be. Yes, absolutely. Oh, yes, now, Brenda, hang on. I got to ask Brenda Duncan something. I asked her where she was at, where these fires are. She said there was fires, and she said Sedalia. I don't know what Sedalia, because we have a Sedalia here, and I don't think you're here. Are you in Missouri, or or are you up here visiting and not stopping to see me?
And me.
Oh, all right.
If you're here, you're going to be in trouble,
Yeah,
girlfriend.
that's right. That's right. Mulberry jam was canned yesterday. That's awesome.
Oh, that sounds good.
Have any of y'all noticed that when you're older and fall, it's like a slow motion, and the whole time you're falling, wondering how to have
Yes. That was so funny because when my leg gave out and I'm like, I'm falling, I was like, I had just put the scissors down because I was trimming off some of the plants, and I was like, I better put these down before I go do anything else. So I had just set those down and my phone, and I was like, as soon as I fell, I was like, what the heck is going on? And my hands just automatically covered my head. I was like, I need to stop before I go to the road. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, yep, here we go.
You're doing that, and your mind's going, oh my goodness, what have I broken? What have I broken all the way down?
something breaking.
It does.
Something gonna break. Here we go. Oh man.
Yeah. And
I
did four videos about the alpha gal, and I was like, I loaded them up and everything, and then tell me about Anastasia's birthday was November 3rd, and we did a birthday thank you video, and I was like, the computer goes, and I shut down for the upgrades or whatever it does. I go back to put that video up, and everything is gone. Oh, my files. I was like, you're kidding me. I was like, yeah, Chromebook is, I don't have one that's just enough to do, get online and everything. And when it upgrades, if it doesn't think it has enough memory for you, it will delete your files automatically, and you can't get them back. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm so glad I loaded those videos up when I did.
That's so true, Mid-South.
What did Mid-South say?
And everything.
We are exposed to so many chemicals, water bottles, cleaning supplies, soaps, makeup, hair products. Yes, absolutely. And that's why I can't remember nothing.
And that's why
That's why I'm so forgetful and can't remember nothing.
that's why it was so hard for me to be a hairdresser, is there's so many chemicals
Right.
that not only am I absorbing through my hands doing their hair, but the smells. We were doing Brazilian blowouts and stuff like that. There's so many people that got sick off of those and ended up in the hospital. One of the girls at my shop ended up out of work for like weeks because we were doing blowouts, and you can see the smoke in the air. We're all inhaling that stuff. Years ago, when I first started doing hair, we used to use lacquer hairspray, and that was like really bad for you.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I mean, it's not gotten any better.
Yeah. Julie at Heaven's Essential said one of the reasons I make my own soap. Yep.
Oh my goodness. She's posted those on Instagram. It's like,
We need to do more
that's
and
so good.
more of that. Yeah. We need to do more and more and more of that. It's hard to do it all, but the more you can do, the better. The more that on your own stuff you can grow and make, the better. It's hard to do it all, but the more you can do, the better.
Exactly.
I thought when I fell, I'll get up and thought, why can't I stand, and realized my ankle was damaged.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, that's like when I hurt my hip. My grandson, I was pulling a rake over top of the fence, and when I stepped back, I felt my grandson underneath me, and I throwed myself the other way and went down on my hip, and they had to fix my hip. I didn't break anything, but I caused a lot of damage inside there. I had to clean it out. But I'm like, I mean, just the simplest things we can be doing that we have done and have fallen all of our lives. All of a sudden, when we get older, it's just damaging. It's crazy.
Because
Who was it? Sabrina. Sabrina said, I used to bounce back if I fell, not so much anymore. Yeah. That's right.
No. That's like homesteading pastures because the nutrients that used to be in our food aren't there no more. So our bodies can't heal as quick as they used to. And then, everything hurts.
Yeah. Skin is your largest organ. Yeah. Yeah. Got to be careful what you put on your skin, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Stop.
Yes.
UPS. Oh, I have UPS, y'all.
Oh, right. Woohoo.
You just open the door and grab it. Maybe. They won't have the sun for it. Stop. Sorry,
Yeah, that's okay. They're doing their job.
Nancy, and then I have the dog I'm babysitting. Well, the dog I'm babysitting for my daughter that's in the Air Force. In the Marines, I was the only one that could sew. I was like, man, y'all can sew or anything. I called my Mima and thanked her. Hush. Sorry,
Oh, that's all right.
I retired our Homestead 2020. When they shut me down in May, I decided to stay closed. The chemicals were killing me.
Yeah.
I got jerked by the dog once and threw myself across a brick planter to keep from falling on my green girl. Found out in the summer that I have a tumor. Oh
My goodness.
Found out in the summer that I have a tumor on my thyroid. It took until October to get into doctor. No energy.
What are they doing for that? Because I had to take, I had a tumor on my pancreas years ago, and they gave me some type of chemo through a pill. Are they going to be able to do that, or how are they going to fix you?
Goodness. The dogs, Christy, the dogs are getting along better. They're doing much better. I haven't had any more fights. They won't go outside together, though. It's the weirdest thing because they both go out back. In the back is a fenced-in area, and they both go out there to pee, but they will not go together. They will not go at the same time. One of them will go out, the other one will stand back there and wait. And then when that one comes in, she'll go out. It's like, are you serious? You can't just go out at the same time and use the bathroom. Drives me nuts.
She'll get in my spot.
Yeah, but they're getting along better. They just won't go out to pee together at all. Brenda's home. Thank goodness.
So
Brenda made it home. So she was up there. Yeah. There's a Sedalia here too. So when you said that, I was like, where you at?
Yeah, definitely in our prayers, Sabrina.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, take it easy and give it over to God. You will continue to be in my prayers. Yeah, the crazy dogs. They are getting along better though. So, but she's getting them back. She's getting her back December 10th. She just told me last night, and Lee was like, woo! He was dancing. Lee was dancing over
That's
it.
what I did not catch
She's
that last
going
night.
home December 10th. She just texted me last night after I went to bed and told me.
Show no cancer. Doctor wants to good. Not keep them on it.
I can't get this to work. There we go.
Oh, amen. It's no cancer. Definitely.
Oh, sorry. Did Lee do a pole dance? Just about. He was excited that she's going to be gone. She's kind of a pain. She's spoilt rotten. And she's kind of, she just spoilt rotten. That's all. She's just spoilt rotten and annoying, kind of annoying. and we're just not used to her. We're getting used to her, and they're getting along better, but we'll be glad for her to go home too.
Who, me?
No, the dog.
I couldn't help that.
No, you
I
don't.
didn't.
Kathy, you don't ever have to go home. You don't ever have to go home. You can stay with me forever.
I love you. If nothing else, YouTube brought me my best friend.
I get.
Oh, yeah.
I get the looks all the time. You crochet and sew, and you're a guy. Lee can sew better than I can. I crochet. He doesn't crochet, but he can get out for some reason, my machine hates me. My sewing machine hates me. I get it out and it don't work. He can get it out and sew, and it works. So I don't know what it is.
Well, we're going to find out what it is.
Yeah, we're going to get it out, and Kathy's going to help me with it and see what the problem is. And if she says you're the problem, I'm just not going to sew anymore.
My son does that. He goes, user error. And I'm like, no, it's not.
Some people try to
He cooks too.
Some people try to sew too fast, and some people try to sew so slow that they.
I don't know what my problem is, but me and that machine have a problem.
Speed.
Yes, I'd like to keep Kathy. I would. Hi, Miss Emma, Sunny's Place. All right. We are past time, and I really appreciate Nancy from Our Treasured Home being on here with us. We thank you, Nancy.
For having me again.
We probably have you on again sometime.
Sure.
Nancy at Our Treasured Home. Y'all be sure and check her out and check into her little business she's got going. I'm sure she's got all that information on her channel in the description and everything about self-defense and stuff that she's teaching awareness, situational awareness and all that. So y'all check that out, check her out. And Cathy at Living Miracle Homestead. Cathy lives in Florida, if you don't know, and always shows her delicious looking fruits and gardens and things.
I love this weather, Julie.
I have thyroid issues. The main irritants are chemicals, carbs, and gluten.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cathy would freeze up there. No, she wouldn't freeze. She likes it. She liked the snow. The first time she came,
I was running around in flip-flops.
and it was snowing. It was snowing, and she was glad that it was snow. It was her first snow. First time she ever saw snow, she came up here hunting, and it snowed the day she got here, and she was tickled to death.
That's great.
I was a little girl.
We love you too, Sabrina. We all love you too, Sabrina.
Yes, we do.
Yep. So let's see. Great visit. I don't know what that means. Oh, I can't get it to come up anyways. Hi,
Thank you, England.
Okay.
I guess TY says thank you as well.
Carol's just coming in, but we got to go, Carol, because I got to go see my mama.
Hi, Carol.
Kathy's in here with me. We're going to go see my mama in the nursing home. And like I said, we appreciate Nancy for being here, and she can come back on anytime. Anybody else? And I tell you who, I don't know if she's still listening, but I didn't know, I had not noticed Brenda going live on anybody's before, but now that I know she does that, she can come on here live. Miss Brenda, I caught the other day on somebody's live going up with them, and I was like, oh, now I know. Now I know.
You've been holding out on us.
Yep,
girlfriend.
she's been holding out. Now she's got to come on.
Now you guys got to teach me how to do the stream.
Yep, and anybody else, I would like to have different guests each week on talking about health, healthy eating, or health in general, that kind of thing. It started out being healthy eating, but that kind of rolls right into health. So we've been talking about health problems and healthy eating and all that. So thank y'all for being here. And if anybody would like to come on with me sometime, let me know. Brenda Duncan will be coming on soon. Yep.
Shelley's giving her the stuff now. Get on it. Get on it, Brenda.
Nancy's channel is Our Treasured Home. And if I still have let me see if I have the link. There's the link. I still had it copied. There's the link I just put on for Nancy at Our Treasured Home. So check out her link there. If I knew how to figure out a computer, I would. That would be awesome. There's Brenda. Brenda, I've been talking about you. Anyway, all right.
Y'all have a great day.
Yep, that's it. We're going to go see my mama. Thank you for being on. Thank y'all for watching. Let's see if I can end. It hadn't been ended.